Hi, I'm Ms. Nelson, and the name of my company is Purely That Chic.
Thank you for being an independent entrepreneur who will celebrate Black History Month with us, Ms. Nelson.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about the business that you provide for this community.
First of all, I do teach sewing here at Wish. I teach sewing after school. And also, I am a seamstress, meaning that I make clothes, I do alterations, and right now my business is that I make bags and accessories.
So like makeup bags, purse bags, like
the chest bags people wearing,
bags.
waist bags, different types of bags. I make little bags, little wallets, I make all those type of things.
Who did you learn this skill from?
It was my mom. When we were little, she used to make it was my sister and my younger sister, and she used to make our clothes. I played clothes, and she used to make all of our clothes.
So like most of the clothes that you wear were like the ones that your mom made?
Yeah, it was. Like I said, it was mainly like our play clothes. She made us, little cute little outfits for the summer.
How early in your life did you start using this skill?
I would say it was in my 20s. When my mom made our clothes, I wasn't interested, but it wasn't until I went off to college, I came back, I started working in the school system and I needed some clothes. So then I took interest and I started making my clothes for work. I used to make my skirts and then my pantsuits, and I made clothes for myself so I can go to work.
So like you made like the right clothing to like fit yourself?
Exactly, I did.
Do you remember if you started charging for what you offered at that time?
I at that time I didn't think about that, but it wasn't until a few years later, after I was able to perfect my sewing and I felt good, and then people were noticing my clothing, and then they were asking me to sew for them. So it was at that time I was like, oh, okay, I think that'd be my little side hustle, and then I started charging after that. But it was years later.
Are you a solo business owner or do you have workers?
For the most part, I am solo. I have hired my children to, again, because I sew and I have to cut out the fabric. So when I have to cut out a lot, like for example, when we were in COVID, I made masks. So I made like tons of masks and I used my children or asked them to cut them out. And it's easier if they're all cut out and I just sit and just zip them up and sew them up. So, but for the most part, it's just me.
Are you professionally trained to operate your business?
So the sewing part, it was all on me. Again, I had years of practice to perfect that. The business aspect, it was more trial and error, trying to decide what to charge so I don't cheat myself. So that was a big deal. So that took some time.
What additional plans do you have for your business?
My plans are to start a couple of online businesses. I want to sell my items online. So not just locally, but internationally.
How do you keep your customers returning?
Well, I would like to say they like what they see. They like what I made. And I gain a lot of customers by word of mouth. So anytime I go out, because I'm also a vendor, so I go out to different events. I bring my wares, my items I make, and I sell them right there on the spot. A lot of times I make sure I keep my business cards on the table, and then people will call me and say, listen, I want, I would like this, I saw this, my friend bought this from you. So that's what I do. So like I said, a lot of word of mouth.
Is there any more information that you wish to share?
I would say to people, if you have a special talent or something that you do very well, see if you can make it into a business and that saying, if it's, something you enjoy, it's not work. And for me, sewing is very therapeutic. So like, times when I'm sewing or creating, I sit I have a bay window. I sit there, I let the light in, I just sew, put the music on, and that's what I do. And I create. Sometimes I get my sketchbook, I'll, sketch out what I want to make. And I didn't realize it back then, but me making my clothes for work, I didn't think 20 years later that I'll be trying to, I'm selling to people because they like what I make. So yeah.
This is my question personally, but how long have you been like sewing stuff?
Oh my gosh. You guys gonna find out how old I am. But I've been sewing for about almost 30 years. And I like the idea that when I first started, it wasn't trendy. Like my other friends, oh, you're sewing, like my grandmother sew. But now it's a trend. People really are into it, and I think it's kind of cool. So, yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you for having me.